Hi guys, so welcome back once again on my channel. So in this video, learn how to make this beautiful bubu gown. It's a one side shoulder pleat bubu gown. So that is tutorial for today, guys. If this video is what you're interested in, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, like and share. So without wasting much of our time, let's dive into the tutorial. So you can see here on my table, I'll be using this brocade fabric. So here I have about 3.5 to 4 yards of fabric. I also have this plain black crepe fabric I'll be using, and then again I have my fringe. You can see my fringe. So what I did, I folded my fabric into 2, then I folded into 4 again. You can see the folded part is at the upper side. There I will go ahead and take my full gown measurement. So I'll be measuring. You can see the folded end is at the upper side. So after getting your measurement plus your hemming allowance, so the next thing you are going to do, you can see how I'm still trying to show you, this is the folded end. So from this folded end, I'm going to measure what I have. Okay, the total of the inches I have, you can see here. So after that, you can see the folded end. The next thing you're going to do now is to go ahead and mark our shoulder measurement. Remember, we're not going to be cutting it, we're just going to use it as a guide. So after marking the shoulder measurement, from the measurement you're going to determine your sleeve length, the length of your sleeve. You can see from that shoulder measurement, place it and determine your sleeve length of your choice. Then you marking. The next thing you're going to do or determine, after getting your sleeve length, remember we are going to be pleating on the shoulder. So you're going to determine the inches of your pleat, how many inches you want to use for your pleat. So I'll be using 5 inches for the pleat, so I'll go ahead and mark 10 inches. You can decide to use 8. So you can decide to use 8 inches depending on your preference. So after marking it, then this is my 10 inches, so I'll just go ahead here. So it means this is the total fabric I'll be working on. Okay, so that's what you can see me doing. So after that, the next thing now is for us to go ahead and do what, and mark our neckline. I'm still trying to cross check what I have there. So after that, go ahead and mark your desired neck measurement. So I use 4 inches. You can see 4 inches width. So this is what I use. Then I'm going to be using 2 inches for the back. Then I'll go ahead and connect. Remember, we are cutting both the front and the back together. You can see we have both front and back together. So after that, this is for the back neck measurement. Go ahead and determine. We are going to leave this for now. Then we'll go ahead and determine our sleeve opening. So we're going to determine the wideness of our sleeve here. So from here, just go ahead and choose how wide you want your sleeve to be. You can use your shoulder to waist measurement. You can choose any desired sleeve wideness of your choice. So here you can see my sleeve opening. From here, this way you're going to determine whether you want the bubu gown to be very full or you want it to be more shapy or more have a little bit of shape. So this is where, so from the armhole now you're going to determine whether you come inside by 1 inch or you can come in by 5 inch, depending on, or from there you can go ahead and use your hip circumference divided by 4 plus extra inches. Okay, next thing I will do right now is to separate the back from the front. You can see I've removed the inner one, which will serve as the back. Then this one I'm holding down will be the front. All right, so you need to do this because of what you are going to cut out the neckline of the front. So this is the front. Okay, so I'm using this part as my front piece. So the other back I've separated it. So now let's work on our front neckline. So from here I use 7 inches. This depends on the type of neckline you are working on. All right, so you just go ahead and choose your desired neckline. So after marking this way, the next thing is for me to open up you can see the way I've opened it up, because my neckline is asymmetrical neckline. It's not a normal round neck or V neckline. So I need to open up this for me to be able to get my desired neckline. So that is why you can see I've separated the back from the front, then I opened the front for me to be able to get my desired neckline. So everything is totally depends on you. Whenever you are working with an asymmetrical neckline, which is not the same thing that requires you to open it, just feel free to open up your fabric like this, then you create or mark your desired neckline. So you can see the type of neckline I'm working on. It's an asymmetrical neckline, so I'm still trying to make sure I get a desired neckline I'm working with. You can see I'm done with my neckline. So this is the final look of the neckline I'm working with here. So this is it. After that, the next thing is to go ahead and do what and cut it out. All right, so after cutting it out, remember the front has this plain material, so I'll be using this fabric to design the front part of it. You can see the way I placed it on the fabric. You can see, so this is the back and this is the front. So just go ahead and do what and place it, then you cut out. So here I've marked out my shoulder. So from where I placed my tape is my shoulder was where my shoulder started. All right, so you can see this is the back and front. Remember, I cutting it, there is no shoulder joining, that is why it's like this. So from here, just make sure you determine your shoulder, you be able to know where your shoulder is starting. So this is for the back, so I'm using 2 inches for the back. And see I'm marking it all around. So I will extend this to the back neckline as well, the black measurement, the black design rather. I'm going to extend it to the back. So from here, you're going to determine from the shoulder to where exactly do you want the design to stop. Is it on the waistline or below the waistline or on your bust measurement? So I use my waistline measurement, so you can see here, or a little bit below my waist measurement. So here you see me cutting it out. So finally I'm done cutting it out here. So this is what is look. You're going to use this as a facing. Remember, I'm going to use it to turn out the neckline. So I'm going to pin from the inside. I'll be pinning it from the inside. You can see the one I'm pinning from the inside. Then I'm going to sew. When I sew, it will appear on the front part of the fabric. So this is what I mean by using it to serve as my facing. All right, instead of cutting a separate facing, I'm going to use this as my facing. So this is how it looks like. All right, so remember, like I said, you can the design in front, this is totally optional because of the kind of design I'm working on here. This is how it looks like. So later on I realized that the design was a little bit short, so I extended it down to the waistline, or a little bit 1 or 2 inches below my waistline. All right, so after that, now this is how it looks like. So the next thing we are going to do what to work on our pleats. Remember, there is a shoulder pleat on this. We'll have 1 shoulder pleat. Okay, this is how I'm going to fold it. So make sure you know where is your shoulder measurement, where your shoulder line started. So after marking your measurement, so you can see I'm trying to make sure I notch or mark my shoulder measurement. So go ahead and use your iron to iron so that you'll be able to know the lines will appear. So here I've ironed this, so I have my lines, my shoulder line and the center front. So I'll mark my shoulder measurement here. So this is my shoulder measurement. For my shoulder measure, I'm going to mark 5 inches. Remember, we used 5 inches for our pleats. Okay, so I'm going to mark 5 inches. We'll mark 10 inches, so which means 5 inches for each side. So after marking the 5 inches, you are going to get the midpoint on the 5 inches, which is 2.5. Here from the shoulder measurement, I mark 5. Then I'm in the midpoint of the 5 inches is 2.5. All right, so from this my shoulder line, I can see where my tape is. This is my shoulder line. You are going to determine where you want the pleat to stop, because the pleat is not extended on to the hemline or to the gown length. No, so I decided to stop at the knee length. So after that, the next thing, now we are going to do the same thing on the back side. So you can see this is one part or one side of the both the front and the back. I don't know if I'm making sense. So remember, everything we are doing now, we are doing it on the right side of the fabric. That is why I'm using chalk, white chalk, at least to later on I can be able to clean it. You can see I'm still seeing my marking, that the fabric being stained. You can see here. So what I'm doing actually here is marking my, from here, from the middle point, you mark your shoulder measurement. For your shoulder measurement, you're going to mark 5 inches, then mark the midpoint of the 5 inches. So you're going to calculate the whole thing. So that is exactly what I'm just doing. You can see from the center front here, my shoulder measurement, then the midpoint of the 5 inches, and then the 5 inches. All right, so I'll do it to the length where I want the pleat to stop. So after doing this thing, the same thing, I'm going to duplicate the same thing on the other side of the back. Then I will turn it to the other side and repeat the same thing. All right, so this is the pleat we have on our shoulder. I think I have a tutorial on how to make this bubu. I have other series of tutorials I've made with different designs of this bubu gown with shoulder pleats. You can check out on my channel. All right, so here you can see the markings here. So the midpoint of the 5 inches is where I'm going to hold. You can see, so I'm going to hold it and pin it. So you can just go ahead at this point, go ahead and do what, and sew or you iron. But I want to do everything. I want to pin everything before I will head straight to my sewing machine to do what, to sew it all around. All right, so you can see here I'm marking it. So this is the 5 inches, and where I folded where I folded is the 2.5, which is the half of 5 inches. All right, so this is it here. So at this point you can iron it, give it a very nice ironing, then you run a stitch. So all the way from the knee length of the back across the knee length across to the other knee length of the front. I don't know if this is making sense the way I'm explaining it. So here I'm trying to replicate or duplicate the same thing I did on the other side. Remember, we don't have shoulder joining, so I've opened the whole gown. I opened it, both the front and back, everything is wide open on my table here. So this is the other side, this is the back side. All right, so the middle point, my shoulder, which is 8, then half of my 5 inches and my 5 inches. So from the shoulder here, this is my shoulder, that I'm going to mark 5 inches. Then I will divide that 5 inches by 2. That is exactly what I'm doing here. So you can go ahead and if you don't have enough fabric that can pleat with 5 inches, can still use 4 inches for your pleats. Okay, so everything depends on the fabric, the wideness of your fabric, or how many shoulder pleats you are pleating, because there are some designs that have 2 pleats, but this one is just 1 pleat. All right, so you can see I'm done pinning it. So this is it. You can see from back all the way to the front. So I will turn it to the other side. I'm done with one part of this, so I've turned it to the other side so that I'll work on the other shoulder. Okay, so working on the other shoulder now. So this is how it looks like. So this is this middle point of the front here. So this is it. I'm going to arrange it properly. I think this is the back, whichever one you are working first. The important thing is to do what to get your pleat very well. So I'll just go ahead and repeat the same process I did at the other side. I'll just repeat the same thing here. So go ahead and arrange the middle point. So this is the middle point of the back or the front. You can pick whichever one you want to work first. So after that, I can see my shoulder line is very, very visible because I use pressing iron to press the shoulder measurement, so that I'll be able to see my shoulder line, so that I will not get confused. You can see I'm marking the same thing from the middle point. I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement. Then from the shoulder measurement, I'm going to mark 5 inches. Then that 5 inches, you're going to divide it by 2. All right, so this is it. This is exactly what I'm doing here. So I'll do it all the way down to the length, which is the knee length where I want it. So I've done that. So this is me now pressing it. You can see how I'm trying to press my pleat. I'm ironing it so that I will have a very nice pleat. So do the same thing on the other side. Iron it very well. Then you go ahead and run a stitch. So guys, you can see how my bubu gown is. So this is the pleat. You can see how it has formed. You can see the pleat already. So this is it. So you can see the other pleat too is really, really good. It has come out very well. So at this point, I've not run a stitch yet. I've pinned it and ironed. So this is it. So I'll go straight to my sewing machine and do that. So on the sleeve here, remember the sleeve will have a design. We'll have a turnover with a plain fabric. So go ahead and cut your stripe. You can cut 2 inches of your stripe here. So or 2.5, depending on how wide you want it. Then place it on the wrong side. The right side of the plain material, place on the wrong side of your main fabric. Then you are going to sew. So after sewing it, you turn it over to the right side. Then you fold it 1/2 inch and then run a stitch for you to get that design. So this is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm trying to show here. So I will repeat the same thing on the other sleeve. Okay, so just go ahead and determine the right side. Then you are going to place the right side facing the wrong side of the main fabric. Then after sewing, you turn it to the right side and fold 1/2 inch. Then you run a stitch. So guys, so then after that, I'll just go over to my sewing machine and run a stitch. Then I'll close the side, then hem the down part. Then our bubu gown is ready. At this point, guys, if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, like and share. Check my channel. You can see more other interesting bubu gown styles you will like. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this beautiful tutorial. Just go ahead and attach your fringe. Thank you so much to all my wonderful subscribers. I really appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. Bye. See you in my next video.